Hi. Um, I don't know how. This is weird. I don't know if you'll watch this or if you'll want to watch it, or maybe you won't even get it, but I've wanted to do this for a long time. So, I don't know. I guess I should stop rambling. Pretend like this is just like the other million times that I've talked into my iPhone during this whole social distancing thing. I mean, it's been like 6 months. We should be used to it by now. I hope you've been okay. I hope that you wore a mask and stayed home, that you didn't get terribly ill. I guess I should backtrack. My name is Ben. If you didn't already know, I grew up in Connecticut. It's a small town. You've probably never heard of it, but it's nice, pretty. I came back here when COVID hit because I didn't want to quarantine alone, and well, it's not like I have any gigs left in the city. It's kind of strange being back here, settling back into old patterns. I never usually let myself be quiet. I'm always listening to music or writing songs or making coffee at my day job but now it seems like all we have is quiet these days. I guess it took that to get to what it was. Why I've been having a hard time lately. I guess when I was living alone, I could cheat myself into thinking that it was always something else. That my job wasn't a good fit, that I hadn't met the right friends yet, that next song won't sound like an imitation of a better artist. When I was young, I wanted so badly to move away, to get my independence. Everyone knew each other where I grew up, and they all had their place, you know? I was quiet. I wasn't good at math like my dad. I wasn't outgoing like my siblings. I wasn't bookish enough to be a nerd, and I wasn't fast enough to be a jock. All the other kids were so focused on that next step. Going to the right college, training for whatever it was. I didn't even find out that I could sing until high school when I was drafted into the choir. My parents were supportive of me, I guess, when I said I want to try and give this a go, singing and writing, and all that. I mean, they want me to be happy, but it's just so far from their world. And all the adults around me, even the kids I, went to school with, all have careers with desks and promotions and all of that. And I've done okay. I spent a few years post-college traveling around, playing as much as I could, writing a lot of songs. Some of them I think are pretty good, but I'm getting to the point where it's just so much work, you know? I'm almost 30 and don't have much to show for it. I'm tired of living in cramped apartments and making coffees and spending every night playing songs with a dozen other 20-somethings that kind of all sound the same. No record deal, no real followers. I need something real besides the songs, but I feel like I can't know the next chapter of my life without knowing where the book began, you know? When I was 10 years old, I found a photo in the bottom of my mom's dresser. A little baby with an Asian woman. I don't think I ever thought I looked Asian before I saw that. I thought I looked like my blonde, blue-eyed family. On the back was an address, no name, no nothing. I always knew I was adopted. They didn't hide that from me, ever. But I never really thought about it. I was scared, I guess. I put the photo away and never looked at it again. Amazingly, it was still there a few months ago when I moved back in. I'm sending this to you because, not because I need anything. I don't. And I don't want you to think that I need an explanation or an apology or anything like that. I love my parents and my siblings. Maybe it seemed like I was talking down on them earlier, but they're good people. Even if my mother doesn't understand music or even me all the time, she loves me. She taught me how to cook. Salmon and roasted sweet potatoes, shrimp tacos, and corn and avocado. I watch true crime shows with my dad, and we always guess who the killer is before the commercial break. I have his sense of humor and her taste in movies. I have a nice home here, and I wouldn't have if things had been different. But I'm sending a letter and the flash drive with this on it because I want to know where your family is from. I want to know if you are allergic to walnuts, if you have a loud sneeze or a high-pitched laugh, if you can sing. Yeah. I don't need you to be my mother. I want to know who I am. Fully. And that starts with you. The problem with my songs is, as I get older, I feel like they don't really sound like me. But maybe I don't know what that means. Maybe just hearing your voice would help. Knowing your name. Getting a note back from you would be fantastic. My number and address are attached. Love, Ben.
Okay, welcome back everybody. I am so excited to see you. Like, I have been waiting for this day. We've been in quarantine for so long. And our first class back in the studio. Virtual classes were okay, but there is nothing like being in the presence of my angels. All right? So you guys ready? Let's get started. Remember, follow me, okay? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and turn. Woo! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and bounce. Yeah. All right, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and kick and. Wait, what are you doing? Why are you stopping? Don't stop. You know what? If you came here to play, then you can just go home. We are here to build a dream. Do you understand that? If there's nothing else I learned from being in quarantine, being isolated all this time, it's to bask in every moment. And if I am not enjoying it, I'm not doing it. And right now, I am not enjoying you. Let me see if I can put this a different way. Okay, so your body is, your body tells a story, right? And that story is your interpretation of life. I mean, everybody has a life, right? Yeah. So, what? Your what? Your knee hurts. So, you think that this class ends just because your knee hurts? No. You will feel the music, you will push through the pain, and you will interpret. Center my chi. I'm sorry. Let me try and put this to you guys another way, okay? So, think of this as the universe giving you a second chance. You know what I would do if the universe gave me a second chance? I would travel all over this country. I would be performing and auditioning and just having a good time, you know? Just lay all my responsibilities down and be truly independent. But you know what you're doing? You are being disloyal to the universe because you are in pain. Let me tell you something, little girl. Sometimes my whole soul hurts. But you know what? I keep dancing. Okay, keep it together. So, I'm really trying to make you guys understand this, okay? So think about this. This whole time that we've been in lockdown, this whole pandemic thing, well, this was not the only pandemic. As a matter of fact, there were other times when people were very, very successful, very creative during these times. Like William Shakespeare. He wrote the play King Lear. You remember that great classic, right? No? Okay. Well, there's Sir Isaac Newton. He made great mathematic gains during this time. And, you know, you had 2 years, 2 whole years. And all you had to do was learn choreography. Really? You know, let's just go on. Let's get this, okay? We're just gonna start over, and I'm gonna start, you're gonna follow me, and this time we're gonna get it right. All right? So we're getting ready to start. Are you crying? You're really crying. Okay, stop. Look at me. Look, no, not over here. Look at me, okay? I am not forcing you to do this, all right? You remember, you wanted to dream taller. Well, that's what we're doing. Okay, just hold on, okay. I'll tell you what, we'll just go back to what we were doing, but it has to be fun, right? Because otherwise, when the audience sees you, they'll see right through it, and they'll know you're faking it, they'll know you're pushing it, and you, okay, wait, no, shh, don't cry, please, stop. Okay, tick, you don't need an audience. You really don't. You can just dance in front of the mirror like one of those, little ballerina things on the music box, and that'd be fine, right in the mirror, all by yourself. Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. Baby, I'm not a gentlewoman, okay? And sometimes grace can be intimidating. See, the only way I know how to deal with pain is to just keep going. Because I'm not built to wallow. I'm a dance instructor. I'm not a therapist. I'm definitely not a mother. But, okay, baby, don't cry. Look, Stay right there, okay? I'm gonna go get you some ice, all right? I'll get you some ice for you. Just hang tight, okay? So what? Okay, so I got you some ice, all right? So I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, yeah, right there. Wait, no, wait. Move it like this, okay? Is it feeling better? All right. So, are you ready to try again?
Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. As if you had a voice or choice in the matter. You are all superbly sequestered and magnificently muted. You are here today because of a revelation that is cause for jubilation, and I can't imagine having to wait until after isolation to have a celebration. Gosh. In-home detention is tough on teens. Luckily though, not surprisingly, I'm an angel. A quarantine angel. Why, just this morning I baked brownies in a pandemic. As a thank you to my parents for their vibrant and valiant validation to the declaration of my lesbian independence. For those who are wondering, my folks are out. Not awesomely as I am, of course, but ordinary out at the supermarket. Yes, I know I have some splaining to do, so queer it goes. It all started during a vacation for marriage. Not theirs, and certainly not mine, but Lucy Ricardo's. Ethel Mertz takes a hiatus from her husband too and moves in with, though not in on, I was disappointed to discover, her gal pal. Though not all hope is lost. Least of all when Lucy lets loose with the loaded remark, I hope you boys are having as gay as a time as we are. Instantly inspired by the lady's transgression, I sprouted lady balls of my own and decided to make the confession. Mommy Pie? Daddykins, I have some super news to share with you. I am a lesbian. And I waited and worried and watched as Mom and Dad emulated Lucy's stretch-wide surprise eyes, their jaws unhinging in unsettling unison, their jazz hands frozen in simulated surrender. They were the stars of their own silent movie. Fortunately, it was a short film. Better late than straight, Mom retorted. Take me to the WC, the water closet, for that is the only acceptable kind, and call me relieved, Dad cavorted. I mean, what's not to accept? Mom doesn't have to worry about me knocking boots and getting knocked up, and Dad has the privilege of saying that he is the only man in his little girl's life. But then Dad, he demanded, loud and queer, what on earth took you so long, Charlie, to lay your lesbianism on us? I mean, you must have figured it out after we had. Well, for starters, we young adults are famously fickle. And besides that, we are unsure of ourselves. We say things we don't mean, and we learn by example. My parents' relationship is a lot like show business. Everything about it is appealing. Day in, day out, a man, a woman, a gay. Nostalgically speaking, marriage. That's all I saw. When my parents realized how irresponsible they have been, they profusely professed their remorse and took me under their wing. Their left wing, for that matter. They embraced me exclusively with left arms. Sympathetic sapphic spawn that I am, I immediately forgave them for setting too good an example. I mean, who could stay mad at such happy, peppy, alarmingly accepting people? When everything was hunky-dory, we indulged in the glory of Beautiful Gay by the Q2 complete with tip-top tapping and first-class cabbage patching. Which reminds me, just because this virus is a real showstopper doesn't mean I can be stopped from putting on a show. Would Lucy let it stop her? Why are there so many songs about rainbows and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. Hey, what do you like more? My solo act or my attire? I'm recording the celebration, so I have it on co-video. Seriously though, isn't my outfit fantastic? Mom and I got it at a American Girl Who Likes Girls place. You'll notice it has nifty shades of gay, and more importantly, one of those shades being Gold Star Yellow and another being Menacing Lavender. Because even though one's family might be nuclear, doesn't necessarily mean they'll go nuclear at the news that there is a menacing lavender in their midst. The bloom isn't off all the heteros, but the zoom is off for this non-hetero. I gotta go. My folks will be home any minute. They'll want to rehearse our lines for our virtual audition for the Lucy Lizzie Comedy Hour. Thank you all for complying with my gay at-home order. I thoroughly enjoyed having you at my mercy.
Pain versus pleasure. For I pick one and the other one followed. What does that mean? How many times do I have to do this? Because you know what? I don't believe in this anymore. Pain, pleasure, what does it matter? People is never going to see this. This magic is gone. They will be too numb. What does theater matter if no one is there to teach the kids or take care of old people? So many people have died. In Italy. My beautiful Italy. I can still smell the sea air, the baked goods, the wine. The people. I can see so many kind and happy faces, old and young. And just like that, COVID came and what this all mean? Why do good people have to suffer like this? I wish I could do something. But I'm here, just chasing my dream, with COVID chasing me. Do you know how we got here? Our artistic director used to ask us, and I will never forget my answer. Because we are afraid. Afraid of ourselves, afraid of losing ourselves, afraid of knowing ourselves, afraid of experiencing life, afraid of that power that governs us, our collective humanity. Well, that's what I would have said if he'd asked me. But what he said was money. Money defines us. Money builds us up. Money tears us down. And we are paying for it. Where is he now? Is he safe? We all got his meaning. The small local theater was struggling. No one came to see us because no one could understand what his plays were about. So we lost the theater. And I haven't been keeping in touch with the group. Oh God. Well, please be safe. You know, I came to US following my calling. And it's not about the money. Never about the money. I wanted to learn. I wanted to teach. And I did learn. And let me tell you, you would want to see my show. Pain versus pleasure. It has everything. There are layers of meanings, non-meanings, thoughtless tragedies, and I will be cordial. No, I will be sexy and innocent. I will be wise and warm. If you get me just right, I will be cold and calculating. I want it. I want the power. The power to manipulate, the power to explain, the power to open those eyes and finally see. Wouldn't that be fantastic? See, it's not about the money. It's never about the money. But I need money now. How do I live if I don't perform? Don't they know we live to perform? Where are we if we are not on stage? But where I can wash my pain and share my pleasure. Pain versus pleasure. This is the jest. For I picked one and the other one followed. There can be no question as to what comes next. It's not for me to decide, but for you to experience. Yeah. The show must go on because people need it to go on. We don't do it to have money or fame, but we do it to save our souls. And yours too. Actors are essential workers because they are the stitches that hold the community together. They are the ones that invite people in and share their stories. And you don't have to be a professional actors. You know, you can be educators, lawyers, or the garbage person as long as you care. As long as you're willing to share. I am privileged to be an actor. In this time, in this place, and I will gladly do my part. I will teach. I will perform. I'll do whatever I need to do, and I'll go wherever I need to go. It's my show.
You know something? I got sand. That's why the first place that I escaped to was the beach. I heard they were running low, so I kicked back, put on some tunes. That anthem of appreciation. Be thankful for what you got. Really hit the spot. Well, not the sore spot. Anyway, it was much more mellifluous than something off of your greatest hits album, which includes such scintillating singles as Diss You Much, Proud Mary, In Haste, Repent at Leisure. I'm getting personal is political pins that say I don't like Ike to accompany that one. Oh, the Pisse de no resistance, you can't stop the beatdown, except I can. I did. I stopped the beatdown. I would have stopped it sooner. My motto is batter up, 3 strikes, I'm out. But I couldn't find shelter or get to a shelter when I had a shelter in place. You love the lockdown. It invited you to confine me, outshine me, malign me. And those were some of your nicer things that you did during quarantine. Your more hands-on activities weren't so much more thoughtful as they were thorough. You never laid off, especially when you were laid off. But why beat yourself up, right? It's not like it was your fault. It was mine. All because I couldn't be syrupy sweet 24/7 like ain't your mama. I took a cue from her counterpart, Uncle Ben. I was like water in an unwashed pot of boil and bag rice. It was either that or my breaking point. I reached my boiling point. What a vile video diary entry that would be. Or you'll never have the pleasure of seeing me cry anymore, or the pain of seeing me smile anymore. I know the first time leaving is the hardest, first is the worst and all that, but once you go black and blue, I never go back. Words to live by, which is why I'm going to beat the odds my first time out. Well, maybe not beat them, but overcome just sounds so underwhelming. I got guts for days, weeks, months, and beyond. I can't take all the credit for my courage, though. I gotta give gratitude to Angela Davis, who I wrote this quote on a sticky note to encourage myself to get unstuck. I'm no longer accepting the things that I cannot change, but I'm changing the things that I cannot accept. I fasten it to the back of the Band-Aid box where you'd never look, but I'd see it every day. I also gotta thank Sophia from The Color Purple, not the Golden Girls. Her song, Hell No, about refusing to be cruising for a bruising, helped me make tracks. A person hears something so often, she often starts to believe it. She starts to repeat it out loud. I'd croon, you'd cringe and criticize. I know why the caged bird sings. She's a Maya Angelou loser. Oh, come on now, don't pout. You know I'm just teasing you, Phaedra. And I still get a rise out of you. Well, I say this much for you. You could throw punches and shade like nobody's business. Naturally, I needed something to cushion the blow. Throw pillows. Sounds like a stage direction. Throw pillows are stuffed animals for grown-ups. They're considerably more comfy than any of your bouquet of sorry, not sorry ass flowers, the kind perfect for playing the time-honored game. He shoves me not. That's right, I'm playing games without you, and guess what? I can identify them. None of that baseless accusation BS. What game was I ever playing with you, huh? Trouble? Aggravation? Pac-Man? Well, since you neglected to specify, I picked my own game to play. Pack your bags and leave that man. Where every woman is a winner. See, I knew underneath that coat of war paint that I applied to the bruises was a brave face just waiting to be put on. Someday, even when those bruises are gone, but not forgotten, there'll still be souvenirs of survival, and there'll still be a sore spot with me. But now that I'm no longer under your skin, your thumb, your spell, I can spell that word a little differently. S-O-A-R. Hell yes.
You know, I think I deserve this. Oh, I don't know. Once in a while, I can enjoy some good old free time with a mostly non-alcoholic drink. But it can be a slippery slope. I have to admit, it's hard. It's hard not to fall back to the old habit of feeling good when you're stressed out and busy. We don't think, no time to think clearly. Thank God my daughters are here with me. It's been a hard battle with their father to get Sam and Hannah to come to America. He has no idea of what I had to do to earn myself a living. Well, maybe he still won't understand. Hans will be Hans. A predictably reliable person. After work, you can always find him at a bar or a guest house. What can I do? I joined in, of course. Good times. But once Sam was born, I knew I had to grow up. Well, I didn't have to. I have plenty of friends who stayed just the same. Well-meaning, talented, good-hearted people. But they just stay the same, you know? I still don't know what changed for me. I can't stand still. God, I miss them. I miss my friends. My childhood friends, my mom, my dad, my oma, my opa, and my little knödel. Oh, my little knödel. But once Sam was born and then Hannah, I looked at their faces and I saw myself. The same self. Nothing changing. I was 17 when Sam was born. And I'd go find Hannes with Sam in my arms and join him at the guest house, the pub, with all our friends. One day, I just snapped. What was it? There was an old woman been living in that guest house seemed like all her life. I never really paid attention to her, but she was staring at Sam, my Sam, who was playing on a bar stool. Sam was smiling at her, I remember, and she smiled back. That was it? I can't believe I didn't think of it till now. Afterwards, Hannes, our friends, we all went to the pier to do the usual pissing about. But something bothered me enough that I left before midnight. When I got home, I put Sam to bed and I just sat with her for a long time. And then I looked down at my belly. And I cried. You know, until then, I'd always been a daughter, or girlfriend, or mother, or a soon-to-be wife, I suppose. It's not a terrible life, no, the opposite. It's a comfortable and predictable life. One that some dreamt of having, but wasn't enough for me. And two kids of my own, and an old surfer and an old drunk that night to make me realize that my life was not my own. Not yet. So, since then, I made some changes. I went back to music school, I got a degree, and then I started working as a pianist. I started playing classical music and jazz, and I kicked my drinking habit. Well, most of it. That's why I had to break up with Hannes, who turned out to be more understanding than I give him credit for. I thought he would. Yeah, and when Hannah was 5 years old, I decided to tour with my band, Eclectica. It's a cool band. So glad we did that. We play original arrangements of classical, musical theater, jazz, art song, opera, mixed with smooth rock. Some epic vocal, guitar, and piano riffs, and some sick drum solos. You know that song, Beautiful Day by U2? We covered that. Oh man, there we go. You've been all over, and it's been all over you. It's a beautiful day. Don't let it get away. It's a beautiful day. Don't let it get away. Yeah. I have no regrets. This year, 2020, is going to be a good year. A major label assigned us for our first world tour. Can you believe it? And Sam and Hannah, they're going to come with. They're going to tour with me. Whew. I wish I could say thank you to that old woman, the old soy filling in the bar. Oh, Sam, is that you? I'm over here.
You would think it was the back-talking or the constant demanding. Mom, I want. Mom, I need. Mom. Mothering used to be so sweet. When I was a kid, I lived to serve my mom. But motherhood has soured. The worst part is when you have your entire day completely planned and your kid does something to totally wreck it. I like order. People assume me to be gentle, but if you mess with my order, I'm about ready to blow. And right now I am ready to blow. The sad part is I have to wait till I get home before I can deal with him. There are cameras everywhere these days. So if I were to lay into him during this meeting, I'm the bad guy. Don't get me wrong, I love the kid. He requires so much. I named him Charm because I got lucky. Charm wasn't supposed to happen, but he happened. I started craving sweet potatoes and my mom knew. I thought she was crazy because the doctors insisted my river had run dry. But Charm came. Early and hard. Since then, he's been my greatest joy and my biggest pain. When he spent weeks in the incubator, I spent months recovering from how badly he damaged my body. How could a scrawny preemie do so much damage? And now, I am sitting here more than any parent should in the principal's office, dealing with how roughly he treats the world. I put him in activities. That's what they say you do when your kid is always angry, and he is always angry. They say still waters run deep, but troubled waters consume you. You are gasping for air, overcome by treacherous waves, not knowing how you got to the ocean. Charm is troubled, and I am afraid. He is bigger than me, wider than me, and red hot all the time. Pretending to be unafraid is the only thing I can do to stay in charge. When he is in rage, he watches me, searching for a tiny bit of fear so he can take absolute control. There are nights when I have my dresser pressed against the door. He's only 14. I'm next. The principal's assistant is sweetly calling me by my first name. And there is pity in her eyes. Gratitude. She's grateful she doesn't have a kid like mine. There it is. The blame. How can a mother like me raise a child like baby Satan? Yes, that's what she calls him, baby Satan. I overheard her saying it to the principal last time I was here. Baby Satan's mom is here. The principal will glance down at his smartphone a few times, asking me how therapy is going. And then he'll remind me how lucky we are he didn't call the cops, and that he can't promise it the next time. And then he'll ask where Charm's father is. Again. He always forgets so that he can keep asking again and again. And then finally, although I am no mind reader or a teacher, and have no idea what sin baby Satan committed this time. He'll ask, do you know how we got here?
Hello? Mama? I didn't think you'd call. What's so soon after? I thought you were in... I know. I know. You need your space. But I'm glad you... No. I did not take it down. Look, Mama. I'm tired. Can we have this discussion later? It's like 1 a.m. here. You always forget the time difference. No, it's fine. It's fine. We can talk. We have tomorrow off. It's an American holiday, Independence Day. You light fireworks and eat corn on the cob and hot dogs. No, I won't be going out. You think I want to get terribly ill after spending 3 months inside? I keep the social distancing. I'm just gonna hang out. Will she be with me? You can say her name, Mama. It's Hannah. Yes, she will be here. She lives here too. How is everyone? Yes, I understand. He knows. Michael does. I talked to him before. He has no problem. Well, that's not what he told me. Look, I don't want to argue with you anymore. We had that discussion, remember? It did not end well. No, I don't want to scream at you from the other side of the world again. I'm done trying to change your mind, okay? But why what? What, the photo? Your love for me can't have conditions, Mama. I won't delete a photo to gain back your... No, stop. I am not shoving it into people's faces. That's your interpretation. I'm not embarrassed anymore. Most of all, I posted that photo because we love each other, Mama. And there's nothing wrong with that. Not here, not anywhere. It shouldn't... No, it would not be better to just keep it to ourselves. This family with their secrets. I can't... What do you mean? No, it's not just you, Mama. It's Grandpa. He was Jewish, Mama, and lied about it to the day he died. If we hadn't done that DNA test, what does it matter? It matters, Mama, because he lived a lie. Okay, I know it saved him. I don't blame him for moving in with that family, for keeping himself safe. But after the war was over, he must have been putting on a mask every day. And the lie hardened him, Mama. He worked at his sewing machine. He never read that paper. He let Grandma do all the talking. Went to the church after her, repeated the same conservative nonsense she did about foreigners, and that's how you grew up. This person has a drinking problem. We don't talk about it. This person gets sick. We don't talk about it. You can't solve problems if you don't express them. If we talked, we could have learned so much from him, I mean. So many stories lost. How to make the food of his childhood. How to light the candles in the menorah. How to say the prayers he must have learned as a child to honor his dead parents. They didn't burn those yellow stars. They put them in museums so we can learn from them, not make the same mistakes again and again. He could have tried to make Poland a better... I'm not attacking the family. I'm not. It's not your fault. It's none of your faults. But I can't live like that. I tried for 22 years. I had to come here. New degree, new country. And guess what I found when I started telling myself the truth? When there wasn't so many voices drowning out what I really thought. I found out what I really liked. not medical school, psychology, where I could talk to people and help them without having to see blood and be good at chemistry. I found out that I don't have to go to church to be fulfilled. God is whoever we want him to be. And I found her, Mama. I found Hannah. It was an accident. It really was. We studied together. We began to be friends, and then one day we were just more than that. It wasn't planned. She's teaching me a lot. Don't be mean. Not like that. Do you know why I won't take down this photo? There's this thing Hannah taught me. It's called TIKKUN OLAM. I know I'm not Jewish. Not really. I mean, how can I be Jewish if I don't understand what it means? Not yet. But Hannah is. Not very. She doesn't pray or do the thing with the separate dishes, but this TIKKUN OLAM, it means healing the world. But more than that, it means helping people. It means nobody is free until everyone is. That one person's suffering is everybody's suffering. Or at least I think that's what it means. So I want to post a photo on my Facebook of Hannah and I and kissing because I don't want to hide. Who does that help? I want people back at home to see us. We're not communists or radicals. We're not some perverted deviants who need to hide. We are just people, Mama. And I am no different than I was before when I was with... What about the election? First round was close, or at least closer than normal. You cannot love me and see that photo and vote for someone who wants me dead, or beat someone up for holding hands, or is scared of anyone who doesn't look or think exactly like them. I cannot do much, especially back at home. Once I get licensed, hopefully I can help people figure out the things I figured out. But I need to TIKKUN OLAM. For me, for Grandpa, all of us. We will never learn when we are silent, right? Mama? Mama?
I'm a how you doing kind of girl. I don't have time to wait for you to see me. I see you and I want to know how you doing. And people always try to take advantage of that. Always trying to pick me up and make me their little lap puppy. Make me theirs. Yep. Somebody is always trying to make me their somebody. Somebody's daughter, somebody's girl, somebody's wind-up toy. That's why I keep it moving. I keep myself so busy so I don't have time to be some potter's clay, but you're not gonna mold me. Not today. He's different. Leapt into my inbox like a hurricane, blowing out all other messages from less eloquent men. He is fantastic with words. The kind of guy who would make you come out in a yellow sundress in the middle of a pandemic. I cannot stand people playing with my time. It is 6:02 and he said he would be here at 6. This mask is really hot and I can tell you right now this relationship's not gonna work. I haven't been out since this whole thing happened. I get my groceries delivered, I order my clothes online, I shelter myself. But Hameen has her needs. Not those kinds of needs. Nasty. Get your imagination out of the toilet. Intimacy comes in all colors. There's a soft turquoise smile. There's a warm orange hug and a purple, passionate kiss. I miss the rainbow. It's been 4 months, and loneliness is its own pandemic. What if he saw me and left? Or what if he's watching me from a distance, testing me to see how I handle the insult of tardiness? What if he's trying to see how much he can get away with? Well, the answer is nothing. He's not getting away with anything. I don't do power plays. Matter of fact, the only reason I'm still sitting here waiting is to tell him to his late, lazy face that I don't do late, lazy men. What if something happened to him? What if he was on his way and someone backed out of their driveway without looking? What if he's lying in the street, alone, too hurt to call? What if he's terribly ill? It's 6:07. And this relationship is officially over. Oh my god. Oh my god, I think that's him. How do I look?
Okay. Take 17. Dear President Johnson, I'm sending you this video from my dorm room that has been completely sterilized and sanitized and prepared for the major world event that is getting ready to take place before our eyes. Today is Wednesday, January 3rd, 2020, and the world is under a silent attack. Now, I know by now you've heard of me. I know you have because the Dean of Students, Dr. Henry, avoids me like the plague because I've been warning him all about the latest health concerns creeping around our campus. I know you are probably tired of me sending you emails and videos, but sir, this is not a game. I am fighting for our lives. I am fighting for my life. My roommate had to be removed because we are living in such close quarters and it would be impossible to social distance. I tried explaining social distancing to her since Americans in our part of the 21st century don't really have a clue about pandemics. And while all of my professors should be petitioning right now, it's obviously my duty to scream from the mountaintops. In no way do I want to assume that you don't know about public health because as I've researched extensively, I'm aware that you graduated from this school many years ago and you minored in public health. But sir, we are on the verge of an attack. There was an outbreak in Wuhan, China. Cases of pneumonia and death. A strand of something called coronavirus. If and when someone catches a flight to the United States, we will experience something we've never experienced before. Now, before you think I'm just some college student who's overly protective and high on Red Bull, I want you to know that my life is on the line. I have worked so hard to get into college. Sir, I'm almost 30 and I share a room with a teenager pretty much. And this is the first time I'm doing something for me on my own without everyone around me waiting for me to fall down the stairs or faint. I'm finally healthy. And the last thing I need is an unsafe, unprotected environment to take that all away, sir. I cannot afford to risk my health. So here's what I'm proposing. Shut down this campus. Only temporarily. I know that everyone will freak out, and I know that everyone will think that I'm crazy, but I know what I'm talking about. Being a public health major, I've learned so much about epidemics and pandemics, and I'm telling you what's coming. The government isn't telling us everything. I know you think what I'm saying is extreme, but if you don't do something now, this virus will take the world over, and you'll have to shut down the campus anyway. I saw it in a dream. Everyone kept calling me, and I don't know, I just stared at my phone, and I couldn't answer it. You know why? I had gloves on, and if I touched anything that had exposure to the outside world, I would get infected, and so I was paralyzed. I couldn't even answer the phone. My lips wouldn't move. I was frozen, and that's what's coming. It's fascinating, actually, how this will all play out. Now that I think about it, the world will stand still. Everyone and everything will stand still. The traffic lights will go from green to yellow, and everything will slow down and come to a screeching halt. I can't afford to stop. I have come too far. So, President, if you are watching, do something. Just ask the public health department on campus to see what I'm talking about. I won't be leaving my room. I'm locking myself in until all of this is over. Perhaps it's a silent protest. Either way, please do something. My life, our lives, depend on you to make the right decision for our survival.
Okay, how about Jinx? No, never mind, I forgot, I hate Jinx. Gold Star? Does that sound like a... Wait. Aquila. What day is it? Seriously? Thursday? Really? In that case, No, not Gold Star on a Thursday. It's like a funky sardine can on Thursdays. Bunch of guys who've evidently given up on showers or clean laundry, who just got paid from their bike messenger jobs and ready to blow it all on $1 PBR. Exit? You want to go to Exit? Ugh, too industrial. Oh wait, Estelle's. Dan's working there tonight, so we could drink practically free. I mean, it's Estelle's, so there probably won't be anyone there but a few guys in their 60s. But that's good. I could use some space from people. Not saying guys in their 60s aren't people. Well, where do you want to go, Akila? And keep in mind, I have to work in the morning, so we gotta leave now. Like, right now. What? No, Akila, you can't stay in. How can you stay in? Okay, I'll decide on a place. The Velvet Hour. Yeah, let's go to the Velvet Hour. They have this cocktail called the Gin Daisy, made with yellow chartreuse. That's fantastic. So chill. You'll love it. I can meet you there at 10. What? No, please, you gotta come. I can't go out by myself. Who's gonna listen to my snide comments about everybody else? God, I don't get you. You can like stay in your house for like 5 days and not even get bored? What is wrong with you? You're like a freak. Kidding. Love you. But what do you do in there really? I mean, just you. By yourself. You read? Like, actual books read? With like candles burning and a blanket all curled up on the couch? Who the hell even reads anymore? Do you watch Netflix even? I bet you've watched the entire Netflix, haven't you? No, Edgar can't go out, he's sick. Who knows? We went out Sunday night and he was complaining about everything hurting. His throat being sore. What? No, he doesn't have it. It's like an old people thing I heard. For people our age, it's just like a cough or something and it's done. He's not terribly ill. We're fine. Besides, we were social distancing, or whatever they call it. Fine. Stay home. Stay in your stupid apartment with your stupid books and your stupid candles. Stay there forever. Kidding. You better come out Saturday because I am not hanging out with Joan and Tanya all by myself. You have to get out and have some cocktails and be with friends. Me. Gotta go. Phone's dying. Gotta recharge. Saturday. You be there.
Jeff, you're on mute. No, we can see you, but we can't hear you. No, it's the button at the bottom. The one that looks like a microphone. Never mind, Jeff. We'll just circle back around to you. I guess he's still working out the kinks. But it's been 2 months. That's it. But regardless, we still have work to do. We are still a functioning company, and we should conduct ourselves in a professional manner, even on these calls. Which means, Martin, sway away from your Uncle Ben's white shirt. I know it's catchy, but not for business. And Diane, likewise, no more bathrobes. I'm not saying that you have to be super professional, but you can't look like you're in your bedroom. Well, that's your interpretation. But I believe that the people that are looking at you are in a better position to judge that. Now I'm going to jump right into it. This has been a hard time for the Evite company. Bridal showers, birthday parties, gender reveals, bar mitzvahs, influence, video uploads. The pandemic has stopped all of that. And Evite, quite frankly, is in troubled waters. So, to address the elephant in the room, unfortunately, we're going to have to institute a round of layoffs involving a lot of you on this call. Now, if you all would please mute your phones, turn off your cameras, I will message you when I'm ready to speak to you individually. Oh, Akila, could you please stay on? That'd be great. Okay, looks like everyone. Akila, as I was stating, this is a hard time for the Evite company. And I'm gonna just get right into it. We're gonna have to put you on leave, temporarily. Akila, is there anything that you would like to say? Do you have any? No, I'm sorry, I don't know. As of right now, I don't know. I'm sure HR would be able to help you out financially, emotionally. Not saying that you need it, but it'll be good to speak to someone. Yeah, it's a hard time for all of us. It's very frustrating. Angela Davis once said that we must do the work even if we don't see a way out. Yeah, so Akila, I think that you will be okay. Just yeah, feel free to cry. We all need it. Just let the frustration out. Just go ahead and let it go. I know this is a hard time. This is something that you really. Who is there? Somebody else on here? Jeff, is that you? You're supposed to be muted. Yeah, go ahead and cry. Go ahead and cry. Let it out. Just kind of speed it up because we gotta go.
Do you want to take a break? Akila, do you want to take a break or... Okay, sure, we can go on. I know the feeling. You get on a roll and don't want to stop. So, what else? What other things are you looking forward to? Cookouts. Great. And what sort of things are you... Burgers on the grill. Great. Hot dogs. Love them myself. Corn on the cob. Candied sweet potatoes. Wow, never had that at a picnic. Good, good. And when you see all of that, where are you? A park or the beach? Excellent. What's the weather like? Sunny, sure. It's the beach. Of course it's sunny. Why go to the beach on a cloudy day? So, who's with you? Okay. All of your friends. Sure. Edgar? Mm-hmm. Is, Inez there? She is. How does that make you feel, seeing her there when you close your eyes? Well, are you worried? Surprised? Anxious? Happy? Happy. Good. What are you guys doing? Just chilling, huh? Well, nothing wrong with that. I think we could all use a good chill about now. Did I say that right? A chill? Is chill a thing or just something you do? You know what? Never mind. Do you think about Inez a lot? I mean, from everything you said in your last sessions, you guys spent a lot of time together, going to Jake's, Estelle's, Big Star, the Velvet Hour. Oh, it was. That was the last place you were supposed to meet her. The Velvet Hour. Before... Were you able to visit her in the hospital? Good. A lot of us didn't get the chance to see people we lost. My dad is, or rather he was, one of those guys who would insist that he was fine. Even if his arm was falling off, he'd tell you he's okay. Prided himself on his independence. He lived in Florida. Been through hurricanes, all that stuff. Never complains. I kept calling him when I found out he had the virus. Didn't want anybody to know. Thought it was going to be okay. Everyone thought he was going to be okay. By the time I found out the truth, he was terribly ill. I keep thinking if he hadn't watched that damn news channel, actually listened to Fauci and the others, who knows? I mean, it was real. People were dying. We had idiots trying to say it was a hoax. That someone made it up? That it wasn't real? Who makes up a pandemic? I mean, to achieve the level of deception, that level of conspiracy, you need to have entire nations working together, scores of actors pretending to be dead bodies and filling up hospitals and morgues, and doctors fudging cause of death reports, every newspaper on every continent agreeing to put aside their ethics and morals and agreeing to report a lie. Medical experts putting their reputations on the line on national television, and people's own relatives evidently faking their own death, too. For what? Because they apparently wanted to stop some tobacco-chewing truck driver from Lubbock for going out for a beer. Yeah, genius, that was the plan. That was the plan all along, to keep you from getting a haircut or getting your tips frosted. You've cracked the code, Mr. and Mrs. QAnon. I tip my hat to you. I guess your obscure, unverified website and your Uncle Ned, who heard it from a guy, was right. Sorry, rest of the world. They're on to us. Time to pack it in. Come on, Dad. Get up. They got us. I'm sorry, Akila. This is your session, and I guess I kind of took it over. It's inexcusable. Well, that's very kind of you. Look, this session's on the house. Guess I needed it as much as you. We can wrap it up if you... Sure. We can just talk if you want. No. I don't think I've ever been to Estelle's.
Look at you. So still, so calm, so at ease. I wish I could do that. Let everything go the second my head hits the pillow. But my mind just doesn't stop. It spins and spins until it finally gives out. I have so much to process, so much to obsess about, especially after today. I know I shouldn't have reached out to Millie again, but I miss her so much. It actually hurts. I can feel the weight of that loss in my body, and every thought in my bones. If only she could let go of what was. If only she could forgive me. I was a good mother. I know everybody says that, but I did so much for her and Abby. Before you came along, I was alone. So the decisions I made were for us, me and the girls against the world, until the world won. The truth is, I never expected her to accept the call. She never does. The warden says she won't take the call. Or she's busy, sick, sleeping. So today, I was hopeful. When she actually picked up and I heard her little mousy voice, I guess it's not mousy anymore. She's a woman now. It's fantastic. Weird and wonderful. Hi, Mother, she said, strained and upset. Hi, Millie, I said, practically choking on my words. I told her I missed her, and I was sorry for what I had done to her and Brad, just as I had for the past 5 years. And this time, she listened. She didn't scream at me or cry. She just listened. With something. It was progress in a weird way. After I talked, she said what she always did. Mom, that's your interpretation. I know you mean well, but I can't forgive you. She's been saying that for years, but this time it really burned because I really meant it. I mean, I was always sorry for sleeping with him. But this time I really felt the weight of my decisions. I really felt the weight of how I'm actually a bad person. Anyway, she had said she had to go or something, at knitting club or something. I heard the click, and I sat at the kitchen table with the phone in my hand. If only she could accept my apology. If only she could accept me. Well, you know, it's the start of a new year. The possibilities are open. Anything can happen, right? I'm going to keep trying. I'll go down there if I have to, because she's my daughter and I'm going to fight for her. I'm going to fight to be in her life, because my life without her is just... Maybe I should talk to that weird Dr. Bob thing that Abby's working on. Because you certainly don't care. Oh, I'd kill to be you. So at ease, allowing your mind to rest. If I could only truly rest. Maybe one day. One day.
Please tell Dr. Bob your problem so we can pair you with our network of licensed professionals.
My problem? Well, there are so many problems. Well, Dr. Bob, it all began with my mother. Don't they all? Anyway, my mother is terribly ill with COVID, or at least that's what Abby told me. And don't get me wrong, it's not that I'm cold or anything. I find it really hard to believe that she's actually sick. That'd be too easy. For the past 5 years, she's been trying to get closer to me. You know, the calls, the letters, the cards, begging, pleading, apologizing. There was this one time she sang to me over the phone. You know that song, Beautiful Day?
Yeah, it's already feel like that kind of thing. Anyway, she belts into this phone, you know, the line, "You're on the road, but you got no destination." And that got me. Because, look at me. I'm stuck in this cell for a long time. I hated that she got me. You know, I barely understand myself. I didn't tell her that though. I never could. I wish I was prepared for life and for sadness and for things like this pandemic. But I wasn't. And I guess no one was. We're all just floundering around, trying to survive without even knowing if we'll make it. And I wish I could forgive her. I do. But at the end of the day, when your mom takes everything you thought was good in your life by sleeping with your fiance, you snap. The pain is just too intense to even process, okay? The day or days or whatever, she took everything from me. And I hate her for that. I hate her for what she took away from me. For her lust and for her wants and for her ability to seduce Brad and Brad. God, poor stupid Brad. I hope it didn't hurt as much as it looked like it did. I know it's stupid, but I still think about him. I hope I washed the pain away with a bullet. But now I have the power. I'm stuck in here, and she's supposedly sick or something. And even if she is, what am I supposed to do? And say get well and hope for the best? We're past that. Dr. Bob, I guess my problem is I was told I could get all the sweet potatoes I ever wanted in life, and I ended up with mushy boxed potatoes. You know what I mean? I ended up with this mom who wasn't good enough and never loved me, and now here I am, rotting away. Is there any hope for me?
Please wait a moment while Dr. Bob pairs you with our network of licensed professionals.
Welcome, Zoomers. I am thrilled to have you here all in person for the second annual Zoom-a-Friends. The past 2 years have been incredible for my company, Dr. Bob. To date, we have helped 2 billion members with our team of telehealth professionals. But none of this happened overnight. Sure, COVID pushed us to the top, but I've been working on this platform since I was 18. Yes, 18. And you could have success like mine too if you follow through, connect, and push. 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 But before I get into the immense success of Dr. Bob, I want to address the elephant in the room. Me. Now I know what you all are thinking. Aren't you the girl whose sister killed her fiancé after her mother slept with said fiancé? Why yes, that is my family. And yes, that night completely changed my world and changed who I am both as a person and an entrepreneur. We all have tragedy in our lives. And yes, some more than others, but I had a choice that night. I could either crumble like my mother or create an empire out of nothing. I think you know what I chose. And that empire is only just the beginning. With COVID a distant memory, we are planning for our next surge of teleprofessionals to be on call 24/7 for whatever needs you may have. Your daughter driving you crazy. Log in to Dr. Bob. Your husband left the toilet seat up again? Log in to Dr. Bob. We are here for all of your problems, no matter how big or small. And we'll pair you with a professional who understands your struggles. Now, I'm not just the CEO. I am a user. Yes, I am. I check in with Dr. Bob every day at 5:30 a.m. and sometimes we just dish about our favorite Uncle Ben's rice recipes, and other times I'm sharing my innermost secrets. I bet you wish I'd spill that today. I even tell Dr. Bob about what I really think of my mother and my sister and how those how those members of my family make me feel. Especially my sister, who couldn't even call my mother when she was dying of COVID. Look at me rattling away. It sounds like I better book a Dr. Bob appointment quick after this talk. I just wish she could see what I saw. And my mother, the sadness and the pain she carried with her. My mom, she was really sorry. And I saw it. And Reggie saw it, Bob saw it. Oh, he sees everything. I guess what I wanted to tell you all today is be thankful for what you got. And book your Premier Dr. Bob package today. I am offering a discount for all Zuma Friends 2022 attendees at our annual membership at discounted rate, payable in cash or charge. You don't want to miss this offer and the chance to change your life. And remember, Dr. Bob is here to solve all of your problems.
And we all wish everyone's favorite elephant, sweet potatoes, gets better soon after being terribly ill with what doctors are calling an unknown virus. Well, we sure do miss those elephant hijinks and hope they resume soon. Speaking of unknown viruses, a strain of what is being called a coronavirus seems to be increasing in the Wuhan section of China. There are a number of deaths connected with the virus named, apparently after a Mexican beer. But White House officials have assured the nation that there is nothing to fear. According to the White House press secretary, even if the virus spreads, there is no reason to think that America is not more than capable of handling any such outbreak. He further says that any rumors connected about the virus's potential deadliness amounts to fear-mongering, and that we should focus on more pressing matters, such as how wonderful our economy is running right now. In other news anchor Chuck Feely is a no-good, low-down cheat, and his wife is leaving him. This news will probably come to a shock to Chuck, since he tends to read teleprompters while not really thinking about the content of the news he is reading first. Why, it's possible to get him to say anything while he's working the news because he pays more attention to the teleprompter than his lovely wife of 5 years. For example, Fantastic Corn on the Cob has been eaten by 60s radical Angela Davis in downtown Independence, Missouri. That made no sense. He probably won't catch on until about now. Is this... Are we sure nothing's wrong with the teleprompter? Because this doesn't seem right with... Just read? Are you sure? Okay. We have some breaking news. Not only is Chuck Feely a lying cheat, but he is also a terrible lover. His knowledge of the female form is rudimentary at best, and even after 5 years of marriage, he still fumbles around a bra strap that, like, he's a high schooler at a prom after drinking too many Red Bulls. He's also a racist. Wait, are we sure this is right? I just think that, oh, we're still live. Okay. He has twice defended the use of Aunt Jemima as a mascot in front of my African-American friends, and he also insisted that his wife uses an American name because no one wants to try to pronounce any Ching Chong type Korean names. Maybe we should... Oh. Some international news here. Sanna Marin has just been elected Finland's Prime Minister. At age 35, she is the youngest Prime Minister for the Scandinavian country, and certainly the country's hottest. She's the kind of sweet young thing that a low-life Chuck Feely would gladly go chasing after, leaving his wife since he is an oblivious son... It went blank? The teleprompter, it went blank. I don't really know how I'm supposed to do the news. Use these? They're blank. They're always blank. I just shuffle them around to make it seem like I know what I'm doing. Wait a minute. Is my wife leaving me? I think my wife is leaving me, everyone. And I think I may have just announced it on national TV. And we're live. Can we cut to a commercial break? I think I have a few calls I need to make. Ladies and gentlemen, the World News with Chuck Feely will be right back after this message from our sponsor, Uncle Ben's Rice.
Hello and welcome to another COVID-19 isolation special edition of Beautiful Morning with Kim Anderson. I am your host, Kim Anderson, coming to you from my home. This week we were hoping to have a video chat with our home makeover expert Martha Jane, who was going to show us some ways to spice up your Zoom backgrounds for those unexpected online tea parties. but unfortunately she came down terribly ill with the virus while trying on Gucci designer masks. We wish her a speedy and stylish recovery. In the meantime, we thought we'd take this time to open the floor to you, our viewers, for any questions. As you all know, our nation has been racked with violent protests following the alleged murder of Minneapolis citizen George Floyd by Minneapolis police. We thought we'd take the time to take any questions from our Twitter audience in an effort to clarify things for you. And remember, we here at Mornings with Kim frown upon police brutality. We also show the utmost support for the men in blue who work so hard to keep us safe. Our first questions come from Party Marty 2019. What is Keanu Reeves really like? Well, not related to our topic, but I can safely say he is a true gentleman with very little ego, and there is no truth to the rumors that we are dating. There are actually no such rumors, but I thought I'd start some. Question from Mary, not Marie. Do you believe Black Lives Matter? Well, it is the policy of this station that all lives matter. Therefore, we can conclude that Black lives are no different than any others. And yes, our lawyers worked hard on helping us craft that answer. Asia with the Z asks, where is your husband? Well, I wasn't expecting a question like this, but in the interest of being open, my husband and I are separated. These things do happen, and I can assure you it is perfectly amicable. Tasha from the Bronx, your question, is Anderson your real last name? Well, once again, not our main subject, but I will answer, no, it is not. Funny thing, though, is Kim, my first name, is actually my last name. My birth name is Yunjung, but it was thought by my agent and my estranged husband that a more American sounding name would be better for my career, so yes, I sought out my heritage and got my own morning show using an American name that is actually Swedish. God bless America. I have the feelies for you asks, can one ever be forgiven a mistake? That is a good question. We make mistakes all the time. Some are small and forgettable, while others require reflection. Folks in law enforcement certainly do make mistakes, for example, and sometimes those mistakes lead to terrible outcomes. Breonna Taylor was killed, by law enforcement, allegedly, who raided the wrong house. Should that be forgiven? George Floyd was choked by an officer who mistook his distress to be something not so serious. Should that be forgiven? Were those mistakes? I'll tell you what is not a mistake, is banging your child's nanny in a swimming pool while you put your child in front of a TV watching The Fantastic Mr. Fox, even though you know your child hates that movie. I'll tell you what is not a mistake, is taking that same nanny to Las Vegas while telling your wife that you are going there to interview Kanye West, who wasn't even in the country, because I was interviewing him in London. Jesus, Chuck. What? You couldn't name another celebrity? There are 1 million other celebrities you could have named that I wasn't already interviewing. Can you be that dense? I can't believe I almost got plastic surgery for you so I could look like Ann Curry. Ann freaking Curry. What is it with you and angelicized Asians anyway? Oh. Sorry, I seem to have lost my... Forgive me. We'll be right back with a beautiful day with Anjan. Kim Anderson. After a word from our sponsors, Uncle Ben's Rice.
Oh. Hello, Yolanda Soul Pro Agency, formerly Brad Thompson Casting. How can I help you? Chuck, my dog. How's my favorite news reading sack of handsomeness? Oh, why so blue? What's up, Chuck? Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I just get myself every time with that one. Really? All right. What can Yolanda do for you? Yes. Yes. Well, you see, Chuck, since that COVID-19 emergency subsided and President Stacey Abrams passed that Reparations Act, things have been a bit upside down for, your type. Oh, don't make me say it. All right. Handsome white men. See, y'all ain't a thing no more. Now, you knew this was bound to happen. So you, my friend, need to make the most of whatever opportunities Auntie Yolanda can give you. Understand? Now, Fargo, North Dakota, it's an up-and-coming market. Everyone knows that. It's the perfect place for you to start your grand comeback. A year or two down there breaking some stories about cows and something, and boom! Hey, you back in New York City mix in no time. You just trust Auntie Yolanda, all right? No, I promise you. Your ex-wife? Oh, she will be nowhere near North Dakota. Yeah, Scout's honor. She has her own show elsewhere. Yes. We'll do lunch. Yes. She has her. Yeah. You know what? We'll do lunch before you leave. I promise. All right. Okay. Bye. Now, where was we? Oh, yes. The first thing you was going to ask is, hold on. I got another call. Hello, Yolanda Soul Pro Agency, formerly Brad Thompson Casting. How can I? Kim, my girl, how you doing? Well, Auntie Yolanda ain't heard from you since your, meltdown on air. I tried to tell you that you should have pre-taped your COVID isolation shows. But nah, you had to do a live feed. Oh, okay. Well, what was you thinking? Now. Oh, okay. Calm yourself, girl. Auntie Yolanda has already thought not one, not two, but 7 steps ahead. You have a taker for your morning show. I got an NBC affiliate in Fargo, North Dakota. Yeah, I know it's a bit remote, but you will have full control over your show. You can go by your own original Korean name if you want to, girl. Yeah. Your ex-husband. Oh no, Chuck won't be anywhere near North Dakota. No, he won't be bothering you. My word is my bond. Hey. Okay. Now listen to me. Listen. Okay. All you got to do is hang there for a bit. And I'm sure LA will be calling, and that's a bet right there. Okay. Okay. You take care now, Kim. I mean, Unyong Jong. Whew. All right. 2 minutes out there with them Hicks, and she'll be back to Kim by yesterday. So once again, I know what you're thinking. How did a no college having, slick talking black woman get herself this little gig? You ain't have to say it. It's the elephant that's always in the room. They say it's about who you know. Well, I know lots of people, and it ain't never did me no good. It's not who you know, but it's what you know. See, I had a knack for getting other people's jobs, but couldn't really find one that worked for me. Only so much fulfillment is going to come from cleaning people's floors. Well, I got a job cleaning this here office when I caught Mr. Thompson's in, shall we say, a compromising position with one of his, married clients. Why am I whispering? Well, this was it. I filmed the whole thing on my phone. And this was during the quarantine. So this woman was crying and she was screaming, "Let me get my mask! Let me get my mask!" She ain't have no bra on. She ain't have no drawers. Oh my gosh. But I tell you one thing, she sure was damn sure worried about her mask. So Mr. Thompson whipped out his checkbook and I said, "Hold up. I don't want none of your dirty money." I don't even know why the hell I said that. I wanted something else. That's what I said. Go figure. I said, "I want a job doing what you do." Child, he looked all puzzled and I told him, "This ain't nothing but an employment agency for entertainment, right? I get people's jobs all the time. For example, my no good cousin TT. Okay, so he was on his last strike and I got him a gig selling t-shirts. And my niece Noelle, okay, let me tell y'all about her. Well, she was moping around, upset because she couldn't find no work into what she went to school for. Okay, she has a degree in comparative Renaissance literature. What the hell? And she couldn't find no work. But you know what I did? I got her a job in the MIT mailroom. And she worked her way up from there. See, I connect people. It's what I do. It's my passion. Next thing I know, he offered me an unpaid internship. I said, okay. So I'm going to just go ahead and take this footage on over here to TMZ. He then counter-offered with a paid internship plus benefits. Then he got sick with COVID. Poor man has got one lung left and he can't taste a thing. So he left me this here agency. And it's been doing good too. Ever since white folks discovered racism was a thing, I shifted our focus and I started getting colored folks work everywhere. You name it. I got movies, news, advertising. Yeah, I did that. As a matter of fact, I even got the Aunt Jemima people contemplating dropping the Aunt, leaving it to Jim, and a picture of Viola Davis staring with the slogan, "Make your own damn pancakes." What you think about that? Okay, here's the thing. You're hired. By the way, I need you to make some calls. Now, here's the numbers to the agents of Anthony Mackie, Michael B. Jordan, and sweet baby Jesus. You know, I'll probably call him myself. Idris Elba. That man is something else, isn't he? Ooh. Anyways, Uncle Ben is looking for a new model. I'm trying to talk them into calling Ben Dawn Rice. But that hasn't really taken off yet. So you know what? What you doing still sitting there? Why is your mouth open? Close it and let's make some calls. And remember this. Time is money. And hold on. I got another call. Hello. Yolanda Soul Pro Agency, formerly Brad Thompson Casting. How can I help you?
Cuatro palabras cristalizan el espíritu en el espacio de la fuerza. En el sexto mes se ve de repente volar nieve blanca. A la tercera hora se ve el disco del sol radia cegadoramente. En el agua sopla el viento de la amabilidad. Peregrinando por el cielo, se come la fuerza del espíritu trascendental. Y el secreto aún más profundo del secreto. La tierra que está en ninguna parte. Esta es la verdadera patria. ¿Qué? ¿No ves que estoy haciendo mi rutina de meditación zen aquí? Oh, por favor, estás haciendo un trato tan injusto. Sí, no me hablarías así si fuera Gogo. Siempre la malcriaste. No. Tú no tratas a tus dos chicas igual. Déjame esperarlo en paz. ¿Qué? ¿A quién estoy esperando? Lo espero. Él vendrá. Es el día de San Valentín. Me traerá una flor de oro. Él escribió en ese carta. No, no vi la televisión. Coronavirus. Eso en Europa, aquí no. Vamos a cuidar a nosotros mismos. Él cuidará a mí. No, por supuesto, no. Nos vemos. Una reunión de Zoom. ¿Qué es eso? No tengo tiempo para bromas. Estoy esperándolo. ¿Qué? Dijiste algún día todo tendría sentido. No voy a hablar con usted más. Déjame esperarlo en paz. Algún día todo tendrá sentido. Algún día todo tendrá sentido. ¿Qué se supone significa? No importa. Hoy es el día de San Valentín. Voy a disfrutármelo. Me trajera una flor de oro. Será hermoso. Bailaremos. Hablaremos. Viviremos el vida al máximo. Puedo caminar en todas sus direcciones. Todo el mundo va a ver. Nada me puede sacar esta buena sensación que tengo. Y ahora, solamente tengo que esperarlo. Esperar por él. No esperes por Gogo. Ella es bien malcriada. Espera por él. Cuatro palabras cristalizan el espíritu en el espacio de la fuerza. En el sexto mes se ve de repente volar nieve blanca. A la tercera hora se ve el disco del sol radiar cegadoramente. En el agua sopla el viento de la amabilidad. Peregrinando por el cielo, come la fuerza del espíritu trascendental. Y el secreto, aún más profundo del secreto. la tierra que estás en ninguna parte. Esta es la verdadera patria. Donde algún día todo tendrá sentido.